What is up, faithful? It is your boy, Niner Sickness, with another episode of Niner Sickness Podcast. Welcome to the channel. It has been a minute since the Super Bowl loss. I don't know if I was going to go live today. I wanted to take a break away from football altogether. I was doing a show with Pete and Brandon on Tuesdays, and then on Fridays in the evening, I was doing a show with my girl Jess from New Jersey, East Red and Gold. And I decided to kind of just take it slow, not do the shows anymore, kind of wanted to relax a little bit, but there's breaking news. I love football. So I told myself, you know what? I'm going to do shows by myself. I'm going to do shows whenever I feel like talking. And whenever you guys are available for listening, you guys can always join in the conversation. Instead of having a scheduled appointment on Tuesdays with Pete and Brandon, which they are amazing people, I wanted to just go on my own. And Jess, she's a wonderful Niner fan. Check out her shows on Wednesdays. Her and her crew are amazing. But I just figured, you know what? I'm going to do the shows by myself. And if I feel like going on today, I'll go on. If I don't, I don't. And if you guys are available to join in, great. If not, then you guys don't join in. So we're going to talk about that and much more. We're going to talk about the breaking news, the salary cap, who got cut or released right after this. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let me make sure I say hello to everyone in the house. We got Red Jet Shao. Hello, chat. How you doing, Red Jet Shao? Welcome. We got Jimmy Perez in the house. Let me get my sound effects. Give me a second. Do, 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 do. Charge. Here we go. We got Don Dotson in the house. Welcome. Please do not forget to debo the button and subscribe to this page. Also, please do not forget to wipe your feet. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, please make sure to wipe your feet. Appreciate that very, very much. Let me make sure I get everything situated here. Okay. Let's see here. We got Jason, Captain Niner in the house. How you doing, sir? Good to see you. Good to see you. We got Mariah. How you doing, Mariah? Good to see you, Mariah. I love what you're doing. I love what you're doing on your shows, man. You're amazing. You're always giving away gifts. People need to learn how to be a little bit more patient in waiting for those gifts. Amen. Especially since they're free. But you know how it is, girl. But I do appreciate you stopping by, and I love what you're doing. You and I'm trying to think of her name, and I can't. So please, my apologies to your co-host. I like to call her the Nick Bosa. You know. What is her name? Oh, I can't remember right off the bat. I know her name. I just can't remember it. But anyway, you guys are doing an amazing job. I pop in. Maybe I don't pop in when you're live, but I do pop on to see and watch you guys do your thing. What's up, Matt Lopez? I see you on my Facebook account. Welcome, welcome. We got, let's see here. Make sure I recognize everybody first. We got Crazy Juice in the house. What's up, Crazy Juice? Welcome, welcome to the show, my friend. We got Daniel Burry Sports in the house. How you doing, Daniel Burry Sports? Welcome to the channel. Welcome. We got 49er Minded in the house. How you doing, sir? Always a pleasure to having you on the show, or in the comments, I should say. Appreciate you, buddy. We got Junior Meadow in the house. What's up, brother? Good to see you, my friend. I'm done with the rigged NFL. I'm sick inside. We lost Kyle is the gatekeeper. Boo! You know what, guys? Honestly, whenever we lose a game, especially the Super Bowl, the biggest game of the year, the NFL Super Bowl, a lot of emotions arises. A lot of our Niner fandom, they feel this way. Some people are taken more serious than others. Some people are more invested than others. Some people handle it better than others. But at the end of the day, we are all passionate Niner fans, and we are definitely entitled to feel the way that we feel. Whether we're right or wrong, it's not important. The fact that we're expressing how we feel is important. And I think sometimes people they lose the sight of that because they don't agree with your point. So instead of just respecting each other's opinions, we tend to say, well, if you're not thinking the way I'm thinking, then you're wrong. And that is not true. We got Ma Lopez. How you doing? Welcome to the show. We got, let's see here. Make sure I get everybody. Okay. Once I get everybody in here, I'll read some comments from you guys. So, breaking news. Give me a second. Let me set myself up here. Boom. All right. So we got breaking news. We got the salary cap that went up. We found out today by the NFL. It came out to be $255.4 million. Nice little raise there, if I don't say so myself. Let's see here. So the NFL salary cap set at $255.4 million per team for the 2024 regular season. What does that mean for your 49ers, our 49ers? Well, hey, Roberto, I see you, my friend. I see you. ¿Qué pasa, carnal? How you doing, sir? I see you there. What does it mean for the 49ers? Well, it means that for all and every Niner fan that kind of felt that, oh my God, can we afford Brandon Ayuk? Oh my goodness, are we going to lose Brandon Ayuk? Can we afford to pay him? All these discussions, right? And I get it. It is the off season. It's the off season. There's nothing much to do than speculate and share our opinions, our concerns, our worries, whatever it is that we feel, we kind of share it amongst the 49er community, and it's okay to do that. 100% okay to do that. Roberto Escalante in the house. How you doing, sir? Welcome. Brandon is staying. We're going to talk about Brandon, brother, for sure. Still feeling pain from another Super Bowl loss. They have lost 2 Super Bowls because of the offensive line has not been addressed properly. And we're going to talk about free agents. We're going to talk about our free agents first and foremost. And then we're going to talk about available free agents that can come from the outside to help out. And where do you guys think the Niners are going to focus more? Now, we may say it's the offensive line, but the 49er offense front office may not view that. Now they believe in the trenches, but if you've been following the 49ers since Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch took over, that defensive line, it has been always and will remain always a priority for the Niners to address. I know a lot of us don't want to hear it. A lot of us get upset because, oh my God, another year of drafting defensive linemen, another year bringing in a free agent. But that's where the Niners make their bread and butter, is their pressure. And this year that just passed, 2023, we did not generate enough pressure as we did the year before. Now, people want to blame Steve Wilks. People want to blame this, blame that. That's fine. Again, when you lose, there's a lot of blame going around. It's just part of nature, just part of the job. Now, I am relieved that we did dismiss Steve Wilks. Steve Wilks, in my opinion, wasn't a right fit for what the Niners were doing in the past in defense. Now, he did upgrade our secondary. He did make our secondary better. And for that, I appreciate it. But we were lacking in the sack department. And we had better personnel than the year before. There was no excuse not to put pressure on the quarterback with the personnel that we had. And some people say, well, Steve Wilks, he's an scapegoat. Shanahan had to fire him because the pressure is on Shanahan and so on. But whether you want to agree with me or not, Shanahan is not going anywhere anytime soon. His job is not on the line. Jed York is not about to fire Kyle Shanahan. So when people say Steve Wilks was an scapegoat, to me, as the head coach, if your job is on the line, if you are on the hot seat and you got to make a dramatic change to take the focus off of you, you fire either your top offensive coordinator or your defensive coordinator to take the pressure off yourself. But there's no pressure on Kyle, other than winning a Super Bowl, of course. But I mean, from Jed York, I believe that even if we would have won the Super Bowl, Kyle would have still dismissed Steve Wilks. Even if we would have won the Super Bowl, I believe that Kyle still would have dismissed Steve Wilks. Now, it would have got trickier to do so, because how in the world do you fire a defensive coordinator to help you win a Super Bowl, especially how good the defense played in that game? And that's another thing we're going to talk about. And we're going to talk about Joey Bosa in a bit. Robert, I see your question. Everybody is upset that Kyle fired Steve Wilks, and people say, well, Steve Wilks' defense played better than Kyle's offense. If anything, Kyle should have fired himself. Well, from the great words of a young owner at the time, Jed York says, owners don't fire themselves. Head coaches don't fire themselves. The owner does. Jed fires people he hires, and Kyle fires people that he hires. I can say this, and hopefully we can all agree. Kyle Shanahan choosing to make Steve Wilks our coordinator for 2023 was a huge mistake. Can we agree on that? Kyle hiring Steve Wilks was a mistake, in my opinion. That wasn't what was traditionally working for us. We promoted within. We when we started the journey with Kyle and John, Robert Saleh, a previous linebacker, took over for the defensive calling duties. When he got promoted to the head coach of the New York Jets, they went ahead and promoted D'Amico Ryans, right? They promoted D'Amico Ryans to head defensive coordinator caller. They had a certain formula how they perceived the defense should be. When he got promoted as a head coach to the Texans, a lot of people say, well, why did Kyle hire from the outside and not promote in the inside? Well, I don't think there was somebody capable of taking over last year on that defensive coaching staff. When Robert Saleh left, people felt, well, let me not say people, the Niners felt very, very comfortable in promoting D'Amico Ryans. The fact that they went outside the Niner family and hired Steve Wilks tells me that there were nobody with that defensive coordinators, or not coordinator, but coaches, that they were comfortable in promoting. So people tell me, well, the Niners are going to promote this year. Are they? You tell me, if there's the same coaching staff that was there last year, were here this year, right? Steve Wilks did not fire anybody, and he did not bring anybody with him. He worked with the staff that was in the house. So if the Niners did not hire anybody within, and they went out and got Steve Wilks, you're going to tell me that this time around, they're now going to promote somebody within? Do you think that any of these positional coaches got better in 1 year? I think they're going to bring someone from the outside again. But I think the Niners are taking their sweet time because they want to make sure the person they bring in fits the bill to the T. Has the same mentality that D'Amico Ryans had, has the same mentality that Robert Saleh had, and it will work with the front guys because our defense is from the front to the back, not from the back to the front. We focus more on the front four than we do our secondary. Now, it doesn't mean we don't pay attention to the secondary. It just means we focus more in the front four. Do you guys agree? Let's see here. Dina Harvey, how you doing, girl? Welcome, welcome. God bless to you, Dina. Good to see you, my friend. Blessings to you. 49ers Minded says, Jed York should fire. Let me ask you guys a question. I don't know if 49er Minded Bashar means this as funny. I don't know if you're trying to be funny or you really feel that Jed York should fire himself. I like Jed York. Now, did I like him in the beginning? No. But I understood he was a young owner taking over a legendary team. He was young and dumb, like a lot of us are as we learn and mature in whatever field we go into. At least I made mistakes in whatever field I went into until I got the grasp of it, and then I became a veteran at it. Jed York made some mistakes. He made some bad hires, but he's the same guy that hired Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. He's the same guy that writes out checks to bring in free agents like Javon Hargrave. He's not in the media. He's not butted in. He's on the sidelines, allowing his head coach and his general manager to do their thing. And all he does is open up his checkbook when requested and fills out the check. Now, when the Niners moved up to the 3rd overall spot in the first round to take Trey Lance, and they gave up 3 future number 1s to move up and figure out, you know what? We made a mistake. This guy's not it. The guy that we took in the 7th round is playing better than the guy that we moved up to get. As a head coach, I can only imagine Kyle's like, hey, John, I think that Brock is better than Trey. But how in the world can we bring this up to Jet York? Imagine that for a minute. You're Kyle, you're John, you're wondering, okay, how in the hell do we pitch this to Jet York? How do we tell Jet York, you just gave up 3 number 1s for a quarterback that we messed up on? And now we want to go with the 7th round, Mr. Irrelevant. Any owner with an ego would have said, I don't care what you do. I don't care what you want to do. You make sure you use Trey Lance. I did not give up 3 number 1s to go out and get him so that your ass can sit there and tell me he's no good. Make him good. But Jed York did not do that. He said, you guys really believe that this kid Brock is better? Or whether he's better or not, he can help us win a Super Bowl much sooner than Trey? And I'm assuming, if I was a fly on the wall, that Kyle said yes. And what did Jed York do? All right, let's move off of Trey. Let's get whatever we can get for him, and let's rock with Brock. That is a mature owner, in my opinion. So I like Jed York. I did not like him in the beginning, but I like his process. I like the way he has learned and matured, and now he does things much, much different. Will he ever be Eddie DeBarlo? No. But he's closer to Eddie than he is from his father. Don't forget when John York was running the team. It was terrible under John York. Let's be blessed that Jed York took over. Imagine this team right now under John York. You know what? I don't even want to imagine that. Oh, let me say hi to, before I bring that, let me say hi to Seth. How you doing, Seth? Welcome to the channel. Jason says yes and no. Wilks is a good coach with being a D-back guru. Now, he did improve the play of the D-backs overall. Granted, they played like crap at times, but as a group, they got better. Absolutely. Absolutely. The issue was coaching style didn't fit how the team is built. 100% agree with you, Jason. Kind of late to bring in someone from the outside. Combine starts Monday. Now, this is the thing. Just because they haven't announced the hiring of the defensive coordinator doesn't mean they haven't made the decision already. See, we haven't heard anything, and it hasn't become official, right? But it doesn't mean the Niners don't know already who that guy is. And if they already know, but they just haven't made it public, they can start working on things going forward. I'm assuming. Because my question to you, Jason, is if they were going to promote from within, why didn't they do that when D'Amico left? Why did they go and get Steve Wilkes from the outside if they were planning to promote from the inside? The same personnel is there before and after Steve Wilkes. Let's see. I think it would benefit the team to hire from within. And again, I agree to that statement if there were somebody worthy of hiring within. And if there is, why weren't they hired last year? It's not like when Steve Wilkes took over, he fired everybody from the previous year and he brought in his whole new staff on defense. And now that he's gone, they might fall in love with a certain coach from the new regime, which was Steve Wilkes. It's the same personnel from last year. Unless I am mistaken and there's somebody different that wasn't there the year before. This is why I question why they would go within if they didn't do it the previous year. Thank you. Blessings to you as well. What's going on, my brother from a different mother? What's up, Brian? Good to see you. I like Oliver said we had to let him go. Yes, I haven't got into that yet, but I'm going to talk about him as well. Thank you for jumping the gun. No, just kidding. I love my boy, Brian. Let's see. I'm behind on some of these questions. Let me make sure I catch up. Let's be honest. John York didn't have a quarterback. Yep. Let's see here. We are going to get back to the Super Bowl and win it. Eventually. Yes. Like you said, nobody last season. Maybe someone on the inside is ready now. Do you honestly think that 1 year is going to make somebody more ready than they were last year? Possibly. 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 But personally, I think they're looking from the outside, but they're trying to make sure whoever, and they could have already chosen the D coordinator. But they just said, let's make it official after the combine. Just because they haven't told us or the media doesn't mean the Niners are sitting there with their fingers crossed and wondering, oh my God, the combine is this week or next week on Thursday, and we don't have nobody yet. I don't think the Niners are in that position. I think they know who they want to hire. They're just working out the contract or working out. But I love that they're, first and foremost, I love that nobody knows caca. I love it how they keep it within house. There's no leaks whatsoever. I love that about that. 2, they're doing the due diligence. Last year, they hired Steve Wilkes right away. And I think Kyle learned from that mistake. Now he's saying, you know what? If I have to wait, I'm going to wait for the right candidate. And I'm going to make sure that I cross all the T's and dot all the I's that I need to ensure that I bring in the best defensive coordinator that gives us the opportunity to get back to the dance. And I think that's what the Niners are trying to do. Eric, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. I know a lot of people, for the sake of conversation and talks, they bring up Bill Belichick. And I'm not saying that he's completely out of the question. This is the NFL. Anything can happen. And I know that Kyle and Bill have a good relationship. But if I was Bill, he has the money. Bill Belichick is not hurting financially. He's up there in age. I don't know him as a personally, but I can only imagine this guy is a 6 Super Bowl champion as a head coach. He has nothing to prove. Why would he demote himself to a defensive coordinator under Kyle to win what? His 7th Super Bowl, but as a coordinator? I just can't see it. I can't see Bill Belichick going backwards when he already has everything he wants. Money, fame, 6 Super Bowl rings as a head coach. Why would he go backwards? So I don't understand why people bring him up. You know what I mean? Hold on, guys. Please. Yeah, I don't want Brandon Staley either. I don't. I do not want him either. That guy, defense was terrible with the Chargers the last 2 years. Yeah, I don't want him either. Now, people say, as a head coach, you can suck, but as a pure coordinator, you can blossom. True, but I don't think that guy is the answer. To be honest with you, if I had to choose all over again between Steve Wilkes and Brandon Staley, I will go back to Steve Wilkes. Now, I understand when Brandon Staley was with the Rams, that defense was good. But I don't know. There's not enough that I like about Stanley for me to say, like, yes, that's a great hire. Bill is doing just fine. 6-time champion. He has nothing else to give. Exactly. Okay, everybody's saying hi, Ariel. What did I miss about Little Miss Ariel? Did I miss something from Don? Sometimes the comments are moving so fast that it's hard for me to catch every comment. So, Don, is there something special about, not that every day is special about your two beautiful girls, but if something's happening out of the norm for Ariel and you want me to give her a blast, let me know. Let's see here. Thank you. Yeah, everybody smashed the like. So, we're going to talk about free agents. I'm not going to go talking and just bore you to death. So let's move on from the salary cap. Isaiah Oliver. The 49ers announced they have released cornerback Isaiah Oliver, saving the Niners $2.4 million in cap space. He lost his job mid-season, couldn't cover well. I don't know what they saw in him, but I know that Steve Wilkes was the guy that brought him in. And if Steve Wilkes is not here, I knew that eventually Isaiah was going to be gone. Now, if Isaiah would have worked out and played good, of course he would have stayed, regardless of Steve Wilkes. But I did not like him at all. Kevin, Nick, Ronaldo, Montes, John, Bernal, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. So, he's gone. We have $2.4 million that we saved. Again, I think that Brandon Ayuk will get signed. They will sign Brandon Ayuk to a lucrative contract. He will be part of the Niners for years to come. Listen, I understand that we want Brandon Ayuk to be signed. I understand. I don't know what it is about receivers, but they're divas, aren't they? Receivers are divas. When we were going to pay George Kittle, you didn't hear nothing. When we were going to pay Fred Warner, you didn't hear nothing. When we were going to pay Nick Bosa, you heard nothing. Armstead, nothing. When we were going to pay Debo, he wants to be traded. He's at the club. He's holding a sign, blah, blah, blah. Now the whole thing moves on to Brandon Ayuk. Now he's going to be traded. He's not going to come back. Listen, if there's anything that I'm sure of, being a Niner fan, is the Niners always take care of the players they love. If the San Francisco 49ers appreciate and loves you as a player, they will do whatever it takes to keep you. They have proven that with Debo, Kittle, Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, you name it. Now, each and every one of them has been signed early or middle August. Late or middle August. Right? So, what do you guys think is going to be different for Brandon Ayuk? Nick Bosa was the biggest fear that he was not going to be available for week 1. And we saw how that worked out. I am confident in the San Francisco organization because of what I've seen. This is not me being a homer. This is not me supporting the Niners front office. This is me knowing they took care of Fred Warner. They took care of George Kittle. They took care of Nick Bosa. And so on. If the Niners like you, they will take care of you. So if Brandon Ayuk wants to continue to play here and the Niners love him as they do, regardless whether it's early August, late August, he will sign his contract. Do not worry about that. What's up, Brandon? Brandon in the house. What's up, bro? Damn, that was a short break, and don't even tell me you're going on anymore. I'm taking it day by day, bro. Like I said from the beginning of the podcast, I'm going to fly solo. I'm going to do shows just by myself, no guests. I'm not going to have guests. I'm not going to go on with guests. Too many different opinions that I have and other people have, and that kind of broke me down. So I was going to take a time off. I enjoyed going on with you and Pete, but I'd rather go alone. I'm a solo guy. I come on here. Not only that, but I don't have to be set to a certain day. I can just come on whenever I like. And if anybody's available, they can join and just hang out with me. If they're not, that's fine. I'd rather just be a one solo vato on here. And this is my thoughts. This is how I believe. And if people don't agree, they can stop following. If they do agree to some point, they can continue to follow me. It's totally up to the individual. But I think I took a break. I was not going to go on soon. But because of the breaking of the news of the NFL increasing the salary cap to $255.4 million and then releasing Isaiah Oliver, I decided to come on. What's up, Rudy? Now, I don't know if this is the real Rudy or not, and it sucks that I have to question it each and every time, but they've been fake Rudys, and it just sucks, in my opinion. Rudy, if this is really you, send me a text, bro. Send me a text, just put on there, it's me. That way I can spend time talking about you if it's you. Because you I respect. Those that imitate you, I do not. Breaking news, Beto, Rams just signed Chiefs, Chris Jones, and Brian Burns. See? That kind of tells me it might not be you. Because even you is a little too wild to say that. So I think it's an imposter. Belated birthday blessings, Eric. I was that age once. Oh, happy belated birthday, Eric. Luis Moreno. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Let's see here. That's a good call, Beto. You don't have to situation where you don't agree. You know, I love everyone. I love everybody's viewpoint. I love everybody's opinions. Everybody's entitled to their opinions, and that's great. But it was just getting to me. It was just getting to me, the pressure of not agreeing with some people the way they think and going back and forth. And I'm not blaming nobody individually. It all added up to me, and I decided, you know what? I had a little too much. You know what? I'm going to call everything off. But I love football. I got the Niners tattooed on my body. So it's hard for me to stay away from it. But this way, by me going on by myself, I can go on first and foremost anytime I want. I don't have to worry about schedules. And I don't have to worry about canceling schedules. If something comes up, I can just jump on and talk about it. And if any of you are available to join me, great. If not, I completely understand. But I have the freedom to just jump on anytime I want instead of having to worry about, okay, I got to go on this date, I got to go on that date, and just complicate things. We need to bring back Al-Shayar. I can't pronounce his name correctly. Maybe even Mosley. I'm up for bringing Al-Shayar back. I don't know about Mosley, Emmanuel Mosley. I don't know about Emmanuel Mosley. He gets hurt a lot. Do we need to hire? Well, I don't mean hire. Do we need to bring in a corner opposite of Jimmy Charvarius Ward? Excuse me. Yes. I think that Lenore, these are two things. Either the Niners truly love the way that Lenore played at inside corner, that they might bring someone on the outside to complement Charvarius Ward, or they may focus in a nickel back and kick Lenore back to the outside and bring someone in that can play the slot corner very well. But I do expect, whether it's free agency, and most likely I think it's going to be free agency, or they hit in a draft pick. Now, they do like Luter, so maybe Luter might be the guy they put on the outside or inside. I don't know what's going on with Womack, but I do know that Thomas, he is way too up and down to be consistent in anything. I'm not sure if I'm comfortable going into the season with Thomas on the outside. Yeah, he gets hurt too much. What's the point of having a decent or great corner or any positional player if you spend most of that time on the sidelines? It's just not worth it to me. All right, let's get into are free agents. I want to know from you guys, should we keep him? I mean, should we bring him back or let him go? This is where you guys chime in. I want to hear from you. Do we bring him in? I mean, do we bring him back or do we move on? Give me a second real quick. Here we go. All right. So, do we, let me turn that off. Oops, let me turn that off. Oh, you know what? All right, hold on, guys. I think it's only going to work if I do it from here. Let me turn that one on. That one's fine. Let me go back. All right. So, these are our free agents. I'm going to bring them up one by one. You tell me, should we bring them up and why? And feel free to type it in the comments. And we'll discuss it. So, first guy up is defensive end Randy Gregory. Did he do enough, in your guys' opinion, to move the needle? Did he do enough, in your guys' opinion, to move the needle? Should we bring him back? And if we do, how much do we pay him for 1 year? Do we pay him for 2 years? Let me know in the comments. Should we bring him back or should we move on? Leonardo Lopez, thank you for popping in. Eva Whitaker. Eve, my beautiful sister-in-law, is watching from Facebook. Welcome, sis. God bless you. Let's see. And for those that are popping in as well, say hello, Eve. Don't be afraid to say hi in the comments. Don't shy away. So what are your thoughts? Should we bring back Randy Gregory? We have our first yes. Jason, Captain Niner, says yes. He feels that he was a great addition to the Niner, and we should bring him back. Eve says, hey, what's up, my beautiful sister-in-law? This is my wife's younger sister, and she is visiting my show all the way from her house. I appreciate you jumping in, girl. What did she put on here? Hello, my favorite brother-in-law. I better be your favorite brother-in-law. Otherwise, we're going to have a conversation. No, I appreciate you, sis. Tell your hubby I said hello. And your wonderful son, our nephew. Well, not our nephew. Me and my wife's nephew. Let's see here. All right. Moving on to the next person. Should we bring back this vato? I want to get your guys' thoughts, honestly, on Chase Young. Now, we're not talking about whether he wants to come back. We're not talking about whether he's going to go somewhere else and get a big payday. This is the off season. This is the off season of dreams. We can dream big. So we're talking about, should we bring him back, in your opinion, in our opinion, whether he comes back or not, it doesn't matter. Well, it does matter, but you know what I mean. This is for sake of conversation. It's the off season. Let's dream a little. But with that said, is he worth bringing back? Did he do enough? Did he do enough to inspire you to bring him back to the fold? And would he be better going forward? Now, he's going to cost a little bit more than Gregory, for sure. Do we bring him back? Let me see what you guys have to say. Now, Luis Moreno is saying yes, and he's talking about Gregory. 49er minus says keep Chase for the right price. And that's interesting. What is the right price for you, Bash? And Luis Moreno says no on Young. If we can get Joey Bosa. Now, Joey Bosa, again, a phenomenal pass rusher. Not as good as Nick, but good enough. The problem with Joey is that he spends most of his time on the sideline. He's always hurt. This is why the Chargers are going to cut him, and they're not going to be able to trade him because nobody in their right mind is going to trade for a player and pay him out of his contract as much as he gets hurt. This is why he will get cut, and this is why he will pass through all 31 teams. Nobody's going to pick up his contract, and he will become a free agent, and he will be able to choose where to go. Now, if that happens, I do see him doing a one prove-it year where he comes to the 49ers, gets to play alongside of his brother for a year and demonstrate he can stay healthy. But I still would want to bring someone that is consistent opposite of Nick Bosa. I don't want Joey Bosa for 5 games and then we miss him for 7. I need someone that is able to put pressure on the opposite side of Bosa each and every single game. Would that be Drake Jackson? I don't know. Would that be Robert Bell? I don't know. Will they draft that defensive end? Will they bring in Brian Burns and trade for him with the Panthers? Now I did say let's dream a little, but the Brian Burns to me is a little bit of a far-fetched dream. I just don't see that happening. Joey Bosa is the Jimmy G defensive end. Yeah, great defensive end, but always hurt. He's always hurt. The best ability is availability, right? You can be the best pass rusher in the world, but if you're sitting there in the sidelines because you're hurt, what does that do for our defense? Absolutely nothing. It is David Corona in the house. What's up, David? Welcome, David. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. So, a lot of people said no to Chase Young. All right, moving on. This guy, this dude, linebacker Oren Burks plays on special teams. Now, in the Super Bowl, when Greenlaw was on the field, you did not hear a peep from Travis, or whatever his name is, the tight end of the Chiefs. After, unfortunately, he got hurt, and this guy came in, they ate him up. They ate him up. They tore him apart. Should we bring him back? Or should we give him the... You let me know. We either do that one or we do this one.
Booyah!
Booyah means we're keeping him. Let me do it again.
Booyah!
Means we're keeping him and means we're going to let him go. What does Burks get? Do we keep Burks or do we let him walk? We got one. Let Burks walk. Luis Moreno, no to Burks. We got 2 against Burks. I am saying no to Burks. I know you love Aziz. Okay, 3 no for Burks. Terradome in the house. What's up, Terradome? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. How you doing, my friend? All right, Eve. He says, bye, Felicia. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you very, very much. Tell Ken and Calvin I said hello. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye, Burks. All right, here we go. Burks, you're out of here. You are out of here. I got my window open. Somebody's getting their mail. Because in the community that we're in an enclosed community, gated community, so that our mail is in a stationary where everybody from their house comes over and gets their mail. And he must have been playing his jams. Oh. Okay. She means bye-bye, Felicia. In other words, get rid of Burks. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hold on, guys. Give me a second.
That is the correct answer.
All right. So, moving on. The next candidate. Safety. Tashawn Gibson. Now, we will be getting Hufanga back. Jair Brown seems to be legit. Do we bring Tashawn Gibson back? Maybe not as a starter, but as a quality backup. So this is the question that I propose to you guys. Should we bring back Tashawn Gibson, not as a starter, because I am all for starting Hufanga and Brown. But do we bring Gibson back as a backup if, of course, that's what he wants to do? Should we bring him back as a good quality backup to Hufanga and Brown? Let me know in the comments. If we want to play the same style of defense where the 9-backers, I don't see Burks. I get you, but I think I like D. Winters. I really like, and you brought him up on there. I like D. Winters. I think D. Winters can step up now in year 2 and start showcasing a little bit of what he can do. Give the young men an opportunity to showcase his up and take advantage of that opportunity for Mr. D. Winters. Oh, wow. Right on. I love it. I love it.
Hell yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
Good job, Brock Purdy. Listen, guys, not to get away from what we're doing right now. I'm going to get right back to it, I promise. I don't know about you guys. Brock Purdy was amazing this year. Did he have some bumps on the road? Yes, who doesn't? But overall, this kid was amazing. And he never had an off season. He was hurt. Remember, in the championship the year before, We lost him to an elbow injury, and he never had a complete offseason. And look how he played in 2023. Now with a complete offseason, I expect Brock Purdy to make a huge jump from 2023 to 2024. Expect way better play from Brock this upcoming season. I am fired up for that. All right, so back to the question about Mr. Gibson. Keep him as a backup. I'm going to try to read through your writing. You read my mind. Two great minds think alike. Gip might have to start the season depending on how Huff is healing. True that. That is a very good point there, Jason. Maybe he starts as a starter until Huff recovers. And this is a good thing because if Gibson is playing good, then the pressure of trying to force Huff to come back sooner doesn't take place. Now the Niners have the luxury of waiting for him to come back and not rush him, which makes a whole difference. So I like that point there, Jason. As a backup, yes. Power up. For those Mario World. As a backup. So he gets the
Booyah!
booyah. We get to keep him. All right, let's move on. Tight end, Charlie Warner. Tight end, Charlie Warner. Hold on, guys. Tight end, Charlie Warner. What are your thoughts of him? You know what? Hold on, guys. I'm going to do something real quick. There you go. You can see me a little bit better. Tight end, Charlie Warner. Should we bring him back? Nay or yay? Oh, I didn't know I can do that. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I didn't know I can do that. Hold on, guys. Anyway, I'm sorry. I have multiple screens, and I can move my mouse from screen to screen, of course. But then I also have my iPad, my new iPad, and I have it, and I'm able to move the mouse to my iPad as well. I didn't know I can do that. So that kind of got me a little bit off guard there. I'm like, hey, I can do that. All right, so I want to hear everybody's thoughts on Mr. Warner. Luis Moreno says, no mames con Warner. No way. Jason says, nope. Move on. David Corona says, bye-bye, señorita. And, so let me, hold on, guys. Move this a little bit smaller right there. All right. So bring Warner back. We need a good blocker, but draft or sign another tight end and that can do both. Now, I know that a lot of you guys are not really we're not too much high on the kid Latu from Alabama last year. I know he had a couple of drop balls, and people are like, oh my God. And then he got hurt. But I think this kid, Cameron Latu, is going to be a pretty good tight end. Only time will tell, of course. Now, if you guys remember, when Jerry Rice came on as a rookie, he had a lot of drop balls. Now, I'm not saying that two's going to be Jerry, blah, blah, blah. Don't get crazy. But what I am saying is Jerry had a lot of drop balls that year as a rookie, and we know how he turned out to be. You can never judge anyone on their rookie year, good or bad. I forgot that we already drafted. Yeah, I think he's going to be a pretty good guy. So I don't know if we need Warner back. We drafted Latu and Brandon got a lot of experience this year. So obviously it's going to be George Kittle, Brandon Willis, and then Latu as the third tight end, which is fine as we develop Latu. Yeah, he had a couple of drops. But like I said, if you guys remember the Jerry Rice, when he first came to the Niners, he did not look like he was going to even make the team, much less be what he became. Now, I'm not saying Latu's going to be a Hall of Famer and he's going to have the career that Jerry Rice. I'm not even remotely saying that. What I am saying is, let's give the kid a chance. Now, if he continues to do the same thing this offseason and he keeps dropping balls, then you know what? We move on. Yeah. George Kittle as your starter, Brandon Willis as his backup, and then Cameron Latu as the third tight end. It's not a bad. So it looks like we should let go of Charlie Warner so he gets the. And you're out of here, buddy. You're out of here. All right, next guy. And we can move on some of these faster than others. Offensive lineman Ben Barch came over from the Jaguars. Do we keep him or do we let him go? Should I use the booyah or the buzzer? I'll use the booyah if we keep him. Let me know real quick in the chat, yes or no on this kid. The first two no's or the first two yes will determine whether you hear booyah, or you hear for Mr. Ben Barch. The first two yes or the first two no's on this kid. So the first two yes or the first two no's. All right. 49 says bye. And Luis Moreno says no. So he is out of here. Get on walking, buddy. All right. Oops. We got offensive tackle Matt Pryor. I believe he got hurt, if I'm not mistaken. But real quick on Matt Pryor, same thing. The first two yes or the first two no's on Matt Pryor. Do we keep him or do we move on? And we're not going to talk specifics like how much he's going to be charged, how much money should we pay him. We're just simply yes or no on these guys. Again, it's the off season. We're just sitting here with a pipeline, and we're just talking yes or no, whether it becomes reality or it doesn't. All right. David says yes. Jason says no. And 49er Minded says no. So he is out of here. Bye-bye. Okay, next one. Defensive back. Logan Ryan. Did he do enough to impress you as a Niner fan? Did he do enough to impress you as a Niner fan? Remember I told you my window was open? My beautiful wife was outside walking The dog's probably, and she said hi. I heard noise back there. So on Logan Ryan, we got a yes. Yeah, I know what you meant, Jason. I'm keeping up with the Jones. Yes on Logan Ryan, and no on Logan Ryan. We need the tiebreaker. We need the tiebreaker. Who is the tiebreaker? Boom. Nico Jr. in the house. He says yes. We got the tiebreaker, so he gets the
Booyah!
the booyah. Oh, and he beat out Bash. Bash said no. So Nico came in right in the nick of time to save Mr. Logan Ryan. Otherwise, his ass would have been grassed. All right, let's move on. Receiver, Chris Conley. Did he do enough to worthy of coming back to this great organization we call the San Francisco 49ers? Now, as a pass catcher, he was decent, but as special teams, he was looking really, really good. So is it a yes or a no for Mr. Chris Conley? Let me get rid of the no real quick. We got Crazy Juice in the house says yes. Do we got a second yes to back him up? We got a yes and we got a yes. All right.
Booyah!
Welcome back, Senor Conley. Welcome back, buddy. Quarterback, backup quarterback, Brandon Allen. Now, he didn't do much, pretty much nothing at all. He was the third string quarterback. Do we bring him back at the same capacity? Do we bring him back for the same capacity? Bring him back as a third string quarterback. Or maybe he gets upgraded to backing up. I don't know if I'm comfortable. No, never mind. I am not comfortable on Brandon Allen backing up Brock Purdy. I think they still need to either bring back, what's his name, that is there now, or bring someone with more experience and keep Brandon Allen as the third. So, question, do we bring him back as the third, not the second, but the third string quarterback as he was last year? Jess, what's up, Jess Perez? How you doing, brother? Welcome. He says yes. We got a yes, and we got a no from David Corona. Who is the tiebreaker here? Jason says, I would take Allen over Darnold, so yes. Welcome back on board, my friend.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Really? That's an interesting statement there, Jason. You would take Allen over Darnold, huh? So you're telling me we go into the playoffs, God forbid, knocking on wood, this is just conversational, and Brock gets hurt. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But for sense of conversation, he gets hurt. Jason, you're telling me you feel more comfortable with Brandon Allen coming in the playoffs than Sam Darnold? That, my friend, is very, very interesting comment. Wow. Okay. No, Nico. No.
Incorrect answer.
Jimmy Nalgas Aguadas Garoppolo is done. We do not want to see Jimmy Nalgas Aguadas Garoppolo back in a Niner uniform. No. Heck no. Jimmy Garoppolo? Charlie, Holmes. Charlie. We have seen what Darnold is as a starter in the league. He sucks. I mean, I understand your point. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just kind of stunned at your point, at your comment. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I don't know. That's a tough one, man. That is a tough one. If we were heading into the playoffs and God forbid Brock Purdy got hurt for one game, he gets hurt for one game. Let's say we're in the wild card. We win that game. He gets hurt. Somebody has to come in for the divisional game, like Sam Darnold or Brandon Allen, and the winner of that game advances over to the NFC Championship game, where Brock Purdy will come back and play that game. So Brock Purdy has to miss one game, which both quarterbacks can get us to the NFC Championship and give Brock the opportunity to get us to the Super Bowl again. Will it be Brandon Allen or Sam Darnold? Very interesting question. Scary question, but interesting. I got you. You've been saying that with conviction. Allen can fight for third spot with a rookie. There you go. To that point, how many of you believe that the Niners will draft a quarterback in this year's draft? We do have 11 draft picks. Do you think one of those goes to a quarterback position? Interesting. And we're going to talk so much about the draft. We're going to talk about the combine. We're going to talk about free agency, man. We're going to have fun talking about our San Francisco 49ers. I totally agree. What's up, Jose Avila? First and foremost, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. We should bring Jimmy back, but as a backup. I don't know. Yeah, bro, I don't know if I'm with you there. I understand your logic behind what you're saying. But I think Jimmy will be more of a distraction than helpful, in my opinion. I don't know, man. Okay, let me read it because it's so small because the writing is big. Give me a second. Let me do this real quick so I can read it. Oh no, that's not gonna work. Hold on. All right. But as a backup, what other backup quarterback is out there? He is the best suited to fit our system and has reached the level of success that everybody wants to reach and get into a Super Bowl. Why not bring in a quarterback that knows our system and has been successful in our system to reach the same level where we want to get to, just in case Brock gets hurt? I mean, you make a valid point. Now, Jimmy G gets hurt a lot too, though. Keep in mind, Jimmy G gets hurt a lot. But you make a valid point. Give me 2019 NFC Championship, hurt Brock over Donald. I'm kind of curious there, Jason. I'm getting the feeling, just a little bit, that you do not like Sam Darnold. I'm getting that feeling. Sam, Nico says Sam. My girl, Redjet Shao says, hope everyone is having a great Friday. We're having fun, Shao. We're talking 49er football. We're enjoying this evening, talking about free agency, whether we bring back or we shouldn't bring back some of our free agents. On my next show, I will talk about outside free agents who make sense to come in. Now, when I do these shows, I'm not doing it logically, meaning my next show, when we talk about bringing free agents from the outside, I'm not saying they're going to come here. I'm not even saying they're an actual possibility. We're going to talk and just dream about this player, that player, which fits our system good, who will make us better, whether it becomes a reality or not. Like Brian Burns. Would he be a good fit for the Niners? Whether it's a possibility or not. We're just going to talk about whether he can help this team or not, and so on. It's all about having fun. It's all about getting through the offseason. It's all about just sitting there talking about something until we actually have facts. Like once the combine starts, we can specifically talk about that. Once free agency takes place and we see who's going where, we can talk about that. We can talk about specifics when we need to. But in between, why not have fun, enjoy each other's company, and talk the what ifs? What if Brian Burns comes to the Niners? How will he be next to Nick Bosa? And so on. You get my point. Jimmy is the best fit for a backup. Bro, he is the best option we have made. Now, you got to remember, too, he has to want to come back as well. He's a free agent. He's going to get cut by the Raiders. He's going to want to come. And of all the money he's making, do you think he's going to take a pay cut to be a backup? I'm not saying he won't. I'm not saying he is not a good backup. But it takes two to tango, right? The Niners may want him if they want him. And it's going to be up to Jimmy to want to come back as well. We should draft a quarterback. Okay. Do we have anybody left in here? Okay, here we go. Another one. Tight end, Ross Dwally. Nay or yay? Yay or nay on Ross Dwally? I just need two of you. Jimmy, please. Move on from Jimmy, please. No to Jimmy. I would take Brian, oh my goodness, over Jimmy, and he had to add Darnold in there. I'm starting to think that you don't like Sam Darnold there, Jason. Jose says, yes, Jimmy does not like Sam Darnold. We can all notice that. For all the money he's making, I don't like him either. I don't think Sam Darnold, I know somebody desperate out there will probably bring in Sam Darnold. Oops. Yes, she has landed for sure there, Terradome. No on Ross. Jose Avila says yes. So Dina is the tiebreaker. No on Ross. Sorry, Ross. But you are out of here. All right, next one. DFF. Demetrius Flanagan Foles. Do we bring him back? Nay or yay? Let me know in the comments. Hey, Beto, what do you think about bringing in a DC from college ranks, especially a game changing so much with a fast-paced offense? Just a thought. It's a thought that I've thought about as well, Jose, and I'm glad you brought it up. That is an interesting question because part of me wants, yes, bring someone with a young mentality, keeping up with what's going on in today's world. This is why the Vic Vangels and all these older guys, I'm old myself, have a different mentality of how the football was played back then. But football is being played completely different today. But with that said, we are a Super Bowl ready team. Do you want to take a 50-50 flyer on a coach to come in that has never coached in the NFL at any position? You see what I'm saying? I like the idea, Jose, but do you want to bring an inexperienced college? And when I mean inexperienced, I'm talking about the NFL, of course. Obviously, he's the defensive coordinator in college, but we all know what you do in college is not the same as what you do in the NFL. Would the Niners take that chance? That is the $1,000,000 question. 49er Eddie in the house. How you doing, sir? Good to see you, my friend. Hey, Beto, Dina, Jason, David, and Faithful. What a season. Jimmy, too expensive. Yep. There's my boy, Jason. He had to go as far. Holy crap. He went as far as Jamarcus Russell. I don't know how many of you remember Jamarcus Russell for you young kids, but I mean, that statement right there has me no longer doubting for a minute that Mr. Jason hates Sam Darnold. I mean, he said, I would rather take Jamarcus Russell, who was garbage, over Sam Darnold. Enough said, my friend. I will never question you from this moment forward. I never did, but right on. All right. No on Ross and no on Jimmy G, Jose says. Jesse, sorry, Jesse. Didn't mean no disrespect. Jose says, nah. Jason says no on DFF. All right. So he is out of here. He is out of here. All right. Ray McLeod. This is an interesting one. Ray. What are you guys' thought? Honestly, we brought him in as a receiver, but the main objective, it was for him to take care of the special teams, punt returns, and so on. I never liked it. He doesn't gain any yards. Or maybe it's just me. He's not that explosive where he helps out the offense and puts the offense in great field position. I just don't see it in him. He fair catches a lot. He doesn't drop it, which is great. But he doesn't, I don't know, he doesn't spark on special teams, right? He just fair catches it or runs for 3 yards. And it seems like as soon as he gets tackled, he goes down. So nay or yay for Mr. Ray McLeod. No, I hear you. I hear you, Jose. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to assume anything when it comes to the Niners on who, this or that. It is very interesting that we haven't heard a peak out of Santa Clara on who it might be. People are talking about the defensive coordinator. I love him as a linebacker, Jeff Ulbrich, wonderful person. I would love to have him. But why in the world would the Jets let him go? Now, I understand there's that loyalty to your player, to your coaches. You know, Robert Saleh might respect if Jeff Ulbrich tells him, hey, Robert, this is an opportunity of a lifetime to go and coach the defense of the team that I play for, where I got drafted at, where I finished my career. Remember, Jeff Ulbrich did not play anywhere but with the Niners. Would Robert Saleh let him go? And if they do, this late in the game, do you think the Jets really want to be looking for another defensive coordinator? Unless they have been grooming one, and they definitely have an in-house guy they can replace Jeff Ulbrich, then I can see Robert Saleh saying, hey, you want him? Send me a pick. Is he worth a pick? And if he is, how high or how low of a pick you would give for defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich? Would you even give a pick? Those are, I wonder those questions. Oops, went backwards. It was a good show from you. Oh, you guys had a great, okay, I got to go and rewatch that. Whenever Terradome and Shal get together, these guys are amazing. They do amazing things. I really enjoy. Sorry, I should have closed my window, but it's a nice day. So you're going to hear outside noise that you normally don't hear. My apologies in advance. But I really enjoy watching Terradome and Red Jet Shal do their thing. They're amazing. They work well together. They have great chemistry with one another. Amazing, amazing individuals. D-Line. Hello, hell to the no. What you're smoking, Jason? Pass that sheet. I don't know. You guys have been talking to each other on that one. Yes, on Ray Ray, says Jose Avila. 49er minus says no. So we got a yes and we got a no. Who was the tiebreaker? Jason says nope. So Ray Ray, you are. Me personally would have definitely said no on Ray Ray. He's not explosive. He doesn't do enough on the offense. And his main objective bringing him here was his punt ability. He don't even do that very well. So for me, this is an easy no. All right. Defensive tackle, Kevin Givens. Defensive tackle, Kevin Givens. Do we bring him back? Nay or yay? Let me know, guys. Do we bring him back? Jose, I am so sorry, Jess. It's just that I don't know why I see Jose when I see your name at a glance. My apologies once again. The next time I call you Jose, I will slap myself on the camera. And I really don't want to do that. So get it together, Beto. Get it together. No to Ray Ray. Now I'm scared. I would take Brian Bosworth. Oh my goodness, Jason. Jason's on a roll. He is on a roll. Let's give a funeral for Sam Darnold. No, nay for Ray Ray. There you go. Nana on Ray Ray. I love it. I love it. Rex Ryan has been interested in coming back. He's been out of it for 7 years. 7 years he hasn't coached. I don't know. He's up there in age. I mean, he has an older philosophy of what defense should do. I don't know if he can kind of work out with these young players. And he's been out of the game for 7 years. I don't know about Rex Ryan, to be honest with you. I don't know about him. All right. Givens. Yes on Givens from Jose. Big eats for big peeps. What's up, brother? Welcome. Given, yes. All right, we got the 2 yes. Crazy says yes. Jesse, I got it right. Said yes. Jose already said yes. He's talking to, and then Mr. Bash said yes about Givens. So Givens,
Booyah!
come back, brother. We want you back. All right, moving on. Now, this guy is very, very interesting. He is a very interesting character. Offensive lineman John Feliciano. Now, he's have some issues on talking smack, particularly against Buford. And whatever issues he has with other teams, I don't care. I don't care if he talks smack or he disrespects anybody from another team. The fact that he did that, now he did apologize. So the question is this. I think when he was on the field, he played pretty damn good. In the Super Bowl, he was containing Chris Jones. Once he got hurt and Buford came in, everything went for boots, caca, however you want to say it. So, do we bring him back? Not on his character, but on his production. Do we bring him back based on his production? Not so much his character. Wait a minute. All right. I did not pay attention the first time. You got me, Jason. You got me. I'm like, this dude is like Jason. But duh, I just looked at the picture. It is Jason. Big eats for big peeps. Órale. Órale, pinche Jason. You got me, Holmes. You must have 2 phones, brother. And since you have two of your screen names, make sure that both of them hit the like button. Let them both hit the... Okay, so we got yes, yes, and yes. Let's go.
Booyah!
You made it in, Mr. Feliciano, based on your production, not so much on your character. Now, this guy should be an easy yes or no. Defensive end, Clinton Farrell. Do we bring him back? Clinton Farrell. Do we bring him back? Before he got hurt, he was able to contain the edge. I like what he did for us. Unfortunately, he got hurt. Now, again, we're not talking tonight about whether they're going to come back or not, whether they're going to get paid more money or not. We're just strictly saying yes or no on whether we want them back. Whether it happens, that remains to be seen. Tonight's episode is just about yes or no. Let's see here. I somehow clicked over to my weight loss food channel. Orale. Well, hit that like button and subscribe. You got to do it now, bro. No, just kidding. You don't got to do anything you don't want to do, brother. Please. No, just kidding. Wait a minute. Whoa. Really? Sorry. I'll bring your comment up in a minute. Jose Avila, interesting take. He says no on Farrell. I'm curious. I'm not going to dispute anything with your comment, bro. I respect your comment. I'm very curious on why you would say no. Please, if you can. I'm not asking you to convince me. I respect your answer. I may not agree with it, but I respect it. But I'm curious on why you said no. I think, and again, we're two different people. We think differently. I think he did enough to want him back. Again, whether he really comes back in real life or not, we're not certain. He might get paid way too much money and go somewhere else. This show is not about that. This show is simply about whether we want them back or not. Just for the sake of off-season combo. Okay. Shell Hearts Beto. Oh, you're a sweetheart. There you go, girl. There you go. Thank you so much for the love. Appreciate that, Shell. Appreciate that. Jason says yes on Farrell. So we got a no and we got a yes. Jet Shell says yes on Farrell. All right, 2 yeses. You know what that means?
Booyah!
He is in and he is back with us. Crazy Jew said yes as well. Interesting. Look, the biggest issue we've had on our defensive line is people being injured. We need to stop bringing in people that get hurt. Now, when it comes to injury, honestly, Jose, when it comes to injury, I hear you. I hear you. And I ask you why, and this is your why. And again, I respect your why. I may not agree with it, but I respect it for sure. Players do get injured. And that's the whole question about bringing Joey Bosa, right? Why bring Joey Bosa even at a good price if he's always hurt? But let's keep it real. When we traded, I don't know about you, Jose, or anybody in the chat, when we traded for Christian McCaffrey, CMC, based on his career with the Panthers, a lot of you question his health. We gave up way too many draft picks for a running back that always gets hurt. He hasn't got hurt, knock on wood. He hasn't got hurt while being here with the 49ers. Injuries happen to everybody. Some are better than others, but it's part of football. Now, someone like Clelin Ferrell, if he wants too much money that is out of the reach of possibility, based that he does get hurt, I can understand why the Niners will move away from him. But if he says, you know what, I'll take this, and the Niners feel like, you know what, this is a decent amount for him for another year, why not? But players do get hurt. People were afraid of Christian McCaffrey coming here because of his injuries, but he's been a very good horse in the stable, hasn't got hurt. Pray that he doesn't. So that's a hard one, but I understand your point, Jose. Thank you also, Jose Avila, for sharing your thought process. Like I said, this show here is not about to be argumentative. It's not about I'm right, you're wrong, blah, blah, blah. It's about expressing how we feel, talking about how we feel, and agreeing or disagreeing, but ultimately enjoying each other's company. So I appreciate it. Now, give me a second. Been on here for an hour and 46 minutes. Give me 1 second, people. All right, guys. Listen, I have been enjoying the conversation on a Saturday night. You guys are amazing. But my beautiful wife came in looking hot. Ooh-wee. And she's like, I'm going to go out and do some errands. And I'm like, heck no. You're not going looking like that by yourself. So this big bodyguard has to join her. No. And she looks fine, but that's not the reason. I trust her with everything in my heart. I just want to get out of the house and go with her. So we're going to take off. I'm going to go with her on her errands. I appreciate each and every one of you for being part of my show tonight. You guys are amazing. I'm going to go on periodically here and there. So if you are subscribed to my channel, and if I happen to go live on a time that you're available to join, welcome to come in and talk 49er football with your boy, Niner Sickness. Until then, I am out of here. Love you all. Go Niners. And we'll see you when we see you next. Peace.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,